What are things you wish you knew when you first started your own business? Save for taxes. Oh my God. Save for taxes. Keep receipts. All of them. Like when I first started, I just kinda went in blind about anything financial. I could do my actual job super well, I could market myself super well, and I got caught up in the high of an unexpectedly good first year that never once did I slow down and think about what's gonna happen when it's time to pay taxes. Thankfully, I was putting money in savings anyway, but it was a rude awakening to watch it all get pretty much wiped out unexpectedly, and also have the harsh knowledge that I wouldn't have even had to pay that much if I could have just figured out deductibles during my first year, no less, when I was buying things left and right to get myself off the ground. So much money left on the table. I think the best advice is financials over anything else. If you have to choose between learning a new skill for your company or learning how to properly prepare for tax season, taxes every single time. You will work 24/7, 365 days a year. Even if you're not physically present, your mind will always be working. 1. It consumes you. It has to, or you won't launch. It's a baby that needs you 100% of the time at first. You nurture it and feed it, and there are ups and downs, but it grows. You celebrate wins, you stay up at night worrying. 2. Friends and family sometimes don't come first. Harsh but true. If the all-important meeting is on your kid's birthday, you may have to choose between landing the contract that will help so much with her future or being at the birthday party, which means the world to her. You will have impossible choices. 3. There is always a trade-off. No exceptions. Not only have I experienced this, in my job I interview many businesses leaders. I own a freelance firm and we write for magazines and e-zines. Every single one mentions a sacrifice. A marriage that went down the drain. Financial hits that took years to recover. Lost friends when there was no time to hang out. For me, it was my health. 4. That if you know now what you didn't know then, and the business is successful, you'll do it all over again. Employees are way harder than I expected. I'll try to avoid that at all costs in the future. Here's the thing. If I knew before I had begun how much work it would be, I probably wouldn't have done it. I am thankful for my ignorance. I love this thread. Bookmarking for life. There are federal and state quarterly taxes on top of your yearly tax. Learn your own state requirements. Taxes. Learn everything before you start. And avoid forums. Most people don't know your situation specifically, and advice needs to be professional and personal. Narrow your focus and who your customer is and sell to them. Service-related businesses. Define a project scope and set parameters for it and how you will change that scope as extended. Charge a retainer if you do work up front. Create a price list and send it out for inquiries so you aren't rewriting the same email. Add calendar reminders to follow up on leads so you don't flake on people interested in you. Learn to manage your time well. You will have no structure now. Excel, like not as graph paper, cash flow and trial balance. Don't make any big decision without waiting at least 24 hours. To delegate non-income producing tasks early and often. Okay, I will give a small rundown what I can think of. Personal experience 1. I wish I had memorized all the certifications exactly and times needed to achieve so that I could have started sooner. 2. Financial backing is very important no matter how good you are at your expertise if starting your own company. I was once told whatever you think it will cost you, double that number and strive for that before starting. I feel that number should be 1/3 33.3% or even 1/4 25% if the business has a lot of things you just can't account for. 3. Take as much time as I can to plan before even starting a thing. Make plans, look them over, fix them, have another professional who's done what you want to do look it over. Free advice can be worth millions to the right person. 4. Don't sweat it on bad days. Many businesses take a year or more to start showing financial gain. Countless reasons, but a few are initial costs, unexpected growth, accidents at work, stolen property, etc. So securing extra for emergency I find is so important. Even if it is just an investor, but always get a lawyer's help if you don't know exactly what you are doing. Get started right, smiley face. Good luck, new entrepreneurs. That for the first 1,000 days you don't make any money, employees are paid and creditors are paid, but yourself get no or little money. Strangers would most likely encourage and support you than your relatives. Choose your business partner wisely. That starting a family business would be a decision made for me, not by me. But for real, if we started now, I would say be ironclad in your business model. Know your overhead and know the market of your business. I would definitely research the area and make sure your type of business market isn't saturated. Keep your finger on the pulse of that cash flow. And if you're dealing with the public, set a good precedent and don't backpedal or else people will walk all over you. I also agree with keeping track of receipts. Deduction, deduction, deduction. Save everything that's spent on business-related expenses. It's a numbers game and you want to be in the black after all those blood, sweat and tears, and there will be blood. https://www.youtube.com/watch?v=gpmqmarfow sweat, and tears. It's going to take a few tries. I spent the first year reinventing my product and failing over and over. I kept thinking that I had learned everything I could and so I wouldn't fall into that trap. By year 2, I realized the trap is believing you won't fail. You have to fail and adjust several times. Because then you finally figure out the right formula. And you know that you'll have to adjust in the future, but that's okay. And you'll be ready for it now. Less holistic advice and more just a random idea. I was mulling over this the other day. If you want free, cheap employees in a specialized area, why not try hiring bootcamp grads? In design and coding bootcamps you usually need projects to hit the ground running. You'd also be surprised by the quality of people that do these things. Often career changers and multi-skilled. In fact, you can even consider current students because they usually have a very experienced mentors who oversee and double-check that their work, in addition to making sure students meet project deadlines. Bear in mind, I haven't vetted this idea, however, if you do try it let me know how it goes. Also, make sure your hiring process is on point. I cannot stress how important this is. If you this up it'll with every other area of your business. P.S. Apologies for any grammatical errors. I'm trying to get better at grammar, so y'all feel free to give me feedback, advice. Please get an awesome, complimentary, committed team. Doing all by yourself is exhausting and you cannot go far in that way. Also hiring the best people is expensive. So get an awesome team. Yelp. If you're listing your business online, skip them entirely. They're shady and predatory. Lots has been said already, but one I've found that's been a game changer just mentally is throwing myself into the small indie business community, joining Facebook groups etc. etc. I've got some great friends I've never even met and they're so supportive. Also good for finding new opportunities, so win-win. Know your market and your platform, and if you don't like where things are headed, don't be afraid to research and make a change. Taxes. Accountant and tax planner. Early and listen to their advice. A problem I encountered was a lack of support from some of the professionals I hired initially. I pushed it aside as a result of it being too much effort to get appointments. It was a costly mistake. Save this. That it's okay to doubt myself and have moments of panic because I'm overwhelmed. Things are crazy and ever-evolving in business, and panicking or being overwhelmed or uncertain in your decisions does not mean that you can't do it. It doesn't mean that going your own way was a bad decision. It just means you are doing something new and learning along the way. Take a deep breath, clear your head and organize yourself to accomplish everything you need to accomplish.